Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today, I want to divert a little bit from day trading and talk about what happened yesterday and I would say, the big brother versus the little kid. So, it's a case of bullying. It's in the case of free speech versus hate speech is what it's kind of what's being boiled down to. You see the infographic behind me? I put 1984 on one side, the Orwellian type of thing, versus the 1776, the independence of America as a state. The YouTube, it was a platform where, for better or for worse, people from all walks of life could express opinions, viewpoints, as long as it didn't involve killing and things that are murder, things that hanging people was showing suicidal things in a Japanese forest, stuff that you common sense would say, hey, that shouldn't be up on the YouTube. I mean, we're talking about things that the Tourette's guy, a song about a cat. Little kids dancing in front of it. I mean, YouTube, the big thing in front of it is the you, right? You, and in fact, when you look at it, one of their infinite emphasis was broadcast yourself. The platform itself is an expression, ultimately, of free speech, our free speech. And now, companies like Google, regardless of what you think, I'm not an Alex Jones fan. I think he is way out on the right wing, and I don't particularly side with the right wing, and I don't side with the left wing nuts either. There's nuts on the right and there's nuts on the left. I mean, they're nuts everywhere, right? If I said what I was, I'm more of a centrist. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle where most Americans are. But we are slowly and surely getting our freedoms taken away from us. Whether we want to recognize it or not, it's just one small step they keep trying to take. And at some point, it's going to be Uncle, right? Uncle is going to come across. And regardless if he's a conspiracist, regardless if he's his devoted followers say that he's speaking the gospel truth, there is just as much hate speech going out on the left wing side as the right wing side. The divisiveness, and this is all stemming back to 2016 election over a person that honestly I don't think the left can even accept the fact that they lost. And they're sore losers in the long run. When we had to put up with all the other things that went on. I mean, if you're a right wing and you had to put up with 8 years of Obama, I mean, you don't see Obama getting crucified the way that Trump is being crucified in the press. CNN, New York Post, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, you name it. It's all of them combined. The only outlet in mainstream media that you can kind of rely on a little bit of truth is Fox News, and that's a stretch because Fox News is owned by Michael Murdoch now or something, so even they are going to be taken under reign. All these mass media market companies, or they express their viewpoint to you to either dumb us down or to make their viewpoint, and this is the talking point that they have. Now, I like to watch a lot of, I don't know about you and YouTube. When I go on YouTube, I might go and search on a day trading video, and it's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Somehow or another, I end up at Kevin Bacon, right? I don't know about you, but you start looking at something, and then next thing you know, it travels down a path that, and I've watched stuff on aliens. I've watched stuff on ancient aliens. I've watched stuff on UFOs. I've watched stuff on the flat earth. I've watched stuff all over the place. And that's what's awesome about YouTube. YouTube is the ultimate expression of free speech. And there is how many cases now? 6 cases that's went in front of the Supreme Court of the United States, and each time they have never defined what hate speech is. In fact, they say hate speech cannot exist. So, and I mean, I know I get my fair share of haters, and I don't particularly care for it. No one likes to be hated on. I mean, if you're honest with yourself, everybody in a sense will love to be loved, but that's not the truth. That's not what happens. But regardless of how we perceive things, what happened yesterday to Alex Jones and taking him off of all of those social networks and the social media of Facebook, Apple, Google's been censoring him for a long time. I get it was YouTube, yeah, obviously YouTube and Facebook, and you've seen it. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir as far as a lot of the people that watch me, but it's disturbing. It's very disturbing to watch what's going on right now, and it just makes me worry a little bit about the sanity of the world as an overall whole. If people can express, right or wrong, their viewpoint, because a lot of times when someone expresses, it's been said, how's it say? The saying goes, let them speak so that you can refute it, in other words, right? So their words will pretty much put them into the right or the wrong, in other words, is what I'm getting at. So someone would say something, and I mean, I say things that I believe are right, then I've been proven that they're not right and they're wrong. And that's what free speech is about. It's the sharing of ideas. It's about speaking your mind without the repercussions, as long as you're not being violent and to the extent of calling for harm of another person. Basically, following the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. You know, so expressing your viewpoint without getting to asking for the murder of someone or something. I mean, it's anyway, I mean, it's something that kept me up to 2:30 last night looking at stuff, and I mean, and I just wonder, how far is a rabbit hole going to go? Where is all this idiocy going to stop? When are we going to? And regardless of the far right and the far left, you know, these guys are not the majority. They are not, the far left is not the majority, and the far right are not the majority. Neither one of these sides are the majority, the alt-right or the alt-left. They're not the majority. The majority sits here, us, the American people. Ultimately, we know what happens in history when things get prohibited. We see what happened when they tried to prohibit drinking, when they tried to prohibit marijuana, when they've tried to prohibit things. When they try to prohibit, now we've legalized marijuana. They tried to prohibit gambling, so now you have online gambling. Everything that the world tries to prohibit, people find a way of getting around it. This ultimately might seal the doom of not only Facebook, YouTube, and the rest of them that are out there. Competition is what makes America great. So hopefully cool minds will prevail, competition will prevail, and these people that are on the, you can say that it stinks of left-wing stuff that's going on right now, and it does. It honestly does. There needs to be some side of the right to take care of the left side that's being ultra insensitive to the majority of Americans right now. Most of us, I think, feel the same way, that regardless of what we think about Alex Jones one way or the other, he should be able to express his viewpoint, and then we can refute him or we can support him. That's what I have to say. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video I put together. Bye for now.